Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make this delicious sauteed mushroom polenta dish. It's a perfect dish by itself or as a side with a nice steak or pork chop. Now let's get started. So first let's talk about these mushrooms. These are black oyster mushrooms. They're a hybrid mushroom of European and Japanese oyster mushrooms. They have a great texture when cooked that kind of reminds me of juicy chicken thighs. They soak up anything that you cook them with, so they turn into little flavor bombs when you eat them. This is a pretty big cluster of mushrooms that you can really only find when you're dealing with the growers, whether it's at a farmer's market or shipped to you, so seek them out, it's definitely worth it. To get these ready to cook, we just need to pull them apart. You can leave them whole like this and roast them, but for this dish, I'm going to tear them down into smaller pieces. You can also cut them into whatever size you want. I just like to split the stems and cut the caps in half. Before we start cooking, we just need to chop our garlic and our shallots. Let's get our pan hot over medium-high heat and add our olive oil and our butter. The olive oil is going to help slow down the browning of the butter, but it will still brown. Now we can add our mushrooms. If you're cooking a lot of mushrooms, it's better to cook them in batches. We want to make sure that we caramelize our mushrooms, and with too much in the pan this won't happen. Also, don't salt the mushrooms until they are caramelized. Let's add some more olive oil and fry our rosemary to give us a nice fragrant oil, and then add our garlic and our shallots. Deglaze with some stock and a splash of sherry vinegar. This is going to get the tasty bits from the bottom of the pan into our mushrooms. Now that our mushrooms are cooked, we can go ahead and season with salt and pepper. And this is what you're looking for, beautifully caramelized glazed mushrooms. Let's make our polenta. Start with 2 cups of lightly salted boiling water and whisk in half a cup of polenta. Use a whisk for this part to make sure that you don't have any lumps in your polenta. Then bring it back to a boil and then reduce it to a simmer. Once the polenta starts to thicken, I like to switch to a melamine or a wooden spoon just so we're not scraping the bottom of the pot. Then we need to cook this on low heat for another 15 minutes until the polenta is fully cooked. Then we can add our butter, our mascarpone cheese, and our parmesan cheese. And don't forget to taste it to adjust your seasoning with salt and pepper. If you want your polenta a little looser, just add some more stock until it's the consistency that you want. For me, this is how I like my polenta. Nice and runny but thick. It's like a cheesy corn porridge. And just remember though, when it does cool down, it will thicken up. Thanks for watching my video on how to make mushroom polenta. Leave me a comment and let me know what your favorite way to cook mushrooms is. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. See you next time.